Hi guys, it's lizzisimss here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing okay, staying safe and taking care of your mental well-being. So today I have a speed build video for you. This is my first entry as part of the Suburbia Collab, which was started by SimmerH, who's my friend over on Instagram. So I will definitely link all of the participants in the collab. They're going to do amazing builds. I can feel it. I'm really excited to see what everyone creates. But for my first house, this one is built in Willow Creek and there wasn't any pack restrictions or anything like that. So I was free to use any of the packs I own, which is all of them apart from the one that we shall not name. I don't have that pack yet, but I have seen people using it and I might actually purchase it if it's on sale anytime soon, but I'm not too bothered. But there's some clutter items that I think I might like, but that's about it really. But this house, yeah, it's built in Willow Creek and it's a quite large family house, I would say. It's built on I'm really bad at the dimensions, but I think it's a 30 by 20 or a 40 by 30, I'm not sure, but it is a very decent sized family home, and I was inspired by a picture I found on my Pinterest, and yeah, I just kind of went from there. The whole vibe of the collab, obviously it's called the Suburbia Collab, so it's very much like family homes, traditional homes. There's some colonial styles in there, also tiny houses as well, just all sorts that you might find in the suburbs of any town or city really. So that's kind of the vibe that we are going for. So today I went very much traditional. I really like the shape of the house. I think it's really interesting. For my second build, which I'll be posting soon, I think, I did a tiny home in Newcrest, and that is pack restricted. So I can't remember the exact packs we were allowed to use, but I'll list them in the video. And that one looks a tiny bit more modern to me. It's a very simple shape, so you'll see it soon. But this one I wanted to go very traditional, and it turned out to be a really cute family home, I think. So it has 3 bedrooms, obviously a parent's room, and then I made a room for a teenage daughter and a room for a child, son or daughter. Yeah, and I just really think it turned out really nicely. I'm really quite proud of it, especially the outside. The insides I do kind of always genuinely quite like on my builds because I just enjoy doing interiors more, but I was really pleasantly surprised by how much I actually liked how the outside of this build turned out. So I hope you guys like it too. I did kind of like a asymmetrical roof, I think. But it's just a really interesting design, and I kind of put lots of ivy on the outside just to make it look a little bit more, I don't know, not cozy, but I always feel like houses with ivy on it look just really sweet and cozy. But here I am trying to flesh out the floor plan. It was a bit harder on the upstairs than it was downstairs. It's just trying to find a good place to put the location of the stairs. But yes, like I said, there's 3 bedrooms and there's quite a few bathrooms. I think the parents have an ensuite and there's another main bathroom upstairs, which I kind of imagine the children to use. And I'll have to just double check through the footage if I did put a bathroom downstairs, but I believe I did. I'm not sure if it's a half bath or not, but there's also laundry, and there's a kitchen with like a breakfast seating area, and there's the main dining room as well, a study and a living room. The one thing I wanted to do, which I didn't get to, was to put like an entryway before getting into the main part of the house. I didn't have the space to fit it, so as you walk in, it is just straight into the living room. I don't mind that particularly. It's quite common, at least in the UK where I'm from. And if I was a little bit smarter with the floor plan, I probably could have set it out a little bit better, but that's just what happened. That's just how we went with it. So I hope you guys don't mind that. I don't mind it particularly, but you can definitely extend this like open entryway I put here with the archway that leads into the front door. So if you extend that and make that the entryway to the house, instead of it leaving it open, you could have just a very small entryway for the coat rack and the shoe rack and all that jazz. But I didn't do that because I liked the kind of open entry into the main part of the house. I thought it was really cute, like really precious. So here you can see I'm using these, I don't know what you'd call it, like siding from, I think it's Eco Lifestyle, and the ivy from Discover University, just to create a really pretty exterior part of the house. Just something special, like just a bit different. I just really like how it looks. It's quite unique, I think, and I just think it makes the outside look a little bit more interesting than if I just left it plain. But here I am just fleshing out the rest of the windows placements. Hopefully every room has decent amount of windows, and I do start on the front of the house, but off camera I do delete the what's it called? The gate, the fencing. That's it. I do change the fencing up a little bit because I didn't like it so closed in. I wanted it to be a little bit open, so I just move the fencing just to the back a little bit so the front's more open, but you'll see me do that later. I do keep this part of landscaping in the video because I like how it looks. But yes, and I do use this fence, this like really short fence from, I think it's Base Game, just to make a kind of path all the way around the house, which I really, really liked. And now we are moving on to the interior. So the first room we work on, I believe, is the living room. So there's a nice fireplace, which I think is from Cats and Dogs. It's got this really nice brickwork on it, and yes, there's a lot of windows everywhere in this house, so lots of light coming through. But it's not a huge sized living room, to be honest, but I think it's big enough as a family space. And yeah, like I said, it just leads right into the house. It's the first thing you see as you come in, but like I said, you can change it if you want to, but I just wanted to create a really cozy space for a family. It's not super modern, but it's not the most traditional either. I kind of wanted to mix the two, which that's just the kind of style I like. But I didn't get to use the new pack with this build because I pre-recorded this. I really wish I did, because I think I could have created some really fun shelving units or just kind of optimized the space a little bit better. But this is what we came up with. I really like it. I think it looks cozy enough, and hopefully there's enough space for all the family. It's not a huge family, just 2 parents, a child and a teen, so not a massive family. So I think there'll be just enough space in this living room for all of them. I could have even like extended into the study, but I actually really like how the study came out, so I'm glad I didn't really change anything about it. But here, this is the laundry room. I used the I think it's the Parenthood tiles. It's just a really pretty bright laundry room. I use this tile, I believe, in all of the bathrooms around the house. I think it's so cute. This like blue and pink and yellow. I think it's adorable. But the next room we work on is the study. Again, I haven't been able to use the new pack yet at all. I've not even looked at the items because I'm going on holiday on Friday, and I have this collab coming out, and I've like pre-recorded a bunch, so I just don't have time to like play around with it because I've got all this other editing and other plans to do, and I just really want to like have a go with it because I keep watching videos of people playing around with the pack, and everything they create is amazing, and I have loads of ideas for what I want to do, but I feel like by the time I'm actually able to put out anything using the pack, the hype would have died down a bit. I'm always like this. It's because I pre-record so much that I just I miss out on all the launches. Even though I do actually buy it when it comes out, I don't get to actually post anything because my schedule just doesn't allow it. But I am really excited to build with it, and hopefully the hype will still be there. Hopefully, like, you guys aren't bored of it by the time I actually build something with it. So it might actually be a few more weeks because I'm on holiday for just a week, and then by the time I come back, I'm hoping I'll be able to get some videos out using the new pack. But anyway, this is the office. I think it's really, really nice. Very, again, cozy, kind of mature vibes with the dark woods that I used and the darker flooring and wallpaper. But here is the kitchen, and it's a bit of a funny shape, I'll admit. So the fridge is just on that other side there with one counter next to it, and on the other side of the room I put a circular dining table. So I imagine that's where they kind of eat breakfast, and they use the main dining room for dinner, lunch or dinner. So I think it's just a bit more casual that way. I could have made the kitchen a little bit bigger if I chose to extend the kitchen out to where the dining table is, but I just didn't think it needed to be so big because it's not a huge family and it's not a huge space either. And then it would have ended up being a really, really long kitchen, but I really like how it turned out. I did think about putting the main dining room here, as you can see, but it just wouldn't fit. So I just switched it up and decided to put just a small, like, it's not a small table, but like that's where I imagine them to eat breakfast. So it's more of a casual dining space rather than the formal one, which is on the other side of the house, which I don't like doing. I don't like putting, I've said this before, I don't like putting the dining table all the way on the other side of the house because I just think it's so unrealistic. Because if that were me, I wouldn't want to carry my food all the way to the other side of the house just to eat dinner. It's just inconvenient. But that's what I ended up doing here. I probably could have put the study on the other side instead, but I just thought that the space lended itself better to a dining room. So that's what we've done. And usually I don't like to do that, but hey, that's just what's happened. And here I'm just cluttering up the shelves, which are from Jungle Adventure. I really, really like these shelves. I actually use them quite a bit. And I use the shelves because I didn't want to put another cabinet there because it clips with the curtains. It's kind of like a pet peeve of mine. I really don't like to put like counters or cabinets where they would clip. It just really annoys me. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I do. So instead I put some shelving units to make sure that there's no clipping. But here is the circular dining table that I was talking about. My test sim couldn't actually get to that one on the far left. They could get to the middle one and the one on the right, but they couldn't get to that one on the far left. So I'm sorry if that bugs you. It doesn't bug me. Hopefully they won't all be sitting there at the same time having breakfast, but yeah, if it does bother you, you can just move this cabinet and I think the Sims will be able to access that chair. But I really liked how the cabinets looked. It just looked very, very cozy and cluttered and just how I like it. But here is just the hallway, which is quite a big hallway actually. So I just clutter it up with just some regular items like a chair, plants, a clock, some rugs, some lights. And here we move on to, it's just another entryway to the at the front of the house. So I think it's called like a mudroom. I'm not too sure actually, but it's very simply decorated. And here is the dining room, which I thought just lended itself better to be a dining room. But if it does bother you, like it kind of is bothering me now, you can switch the study and the dining room and it might work better for your gameplay. But I decided to put it here because it's like surrounded by windows and it just looks really nice. But again, very simply decorated. And here, yes, there is a full bathroom downstairs and also 2 full bathroom upstairs, but one of them is an ensuite for the parents' room. But I used the parenthood tile in this lovely blue, pink and yellow swatch, and the parenthood sinks and counters as well, just to match. And I paired it with like a really pastel blue curtain or shades, which I think just ties it in really nicely. It really goes with the color scheme, and it just looks really, really cute in my opinion. But here we have moved on to the upstairs. So first I decorate the landing just very, very simply. I actually used that, I think it's a clock, but it's got a really nice piece of artwork on it. That's from Strangerville, I believe. But yes, the landing space isn't anything to rave about. It's quite simple. And then the first bedroom we decorate is the parents' room, which I really like. It might be too much for some people because I used this quite bright swatch of the paranormal wallpaper. I just think it looks really nice. I use this bed from Eco Lifestyle and these side tables, which I think are from Jungle Adventure, but I might be wrong as always. And then I paired this base game painting above, which I think just ties all the colors in, so it's not too overwhelming. All of the other decorations I used in the room are quite neutral, so the main point of color is really the wallpaper, and for me it's not too much, but you guys might think differently. But here I'm just cluttering up the dresser. I think this is a base game dresser. I'm not so sure. And then I just add a mirror to the above it, add a bookshelf from Cats and Dogs, and then I kind of create a shelving unit. Again, I really wish I had the new items from Dream Home Decorator, because there's new like hanging clothes, and I would really, really love to use them here. If you guys do have that pack, you can update this build. If you use it, it will be on the gallery, so you can update it, create your own shelving unit. It would definitely fit there. But here is their ensuite. Again, very, very simple, pretty much the same as the rest of the house. It's a little bit smaller than the other one. There's no cabinet space, but it does the job as an ensuite. And here is the teenage daughter's room, which I really, really like personally. I just think it's really cute. I would love this room as a teenage girl. I didn't think too much about the families that live here. As part of the collab, we could have redone the townies that live in these builds, but I didn't bother because I think this lot is home to the roomies, I think. I might be wrong, but I didn't think they fit this house. I could have created new ones, but I probably would use CC, which it just wouldn't work. So this house doesn't have a family in it right now, but the teenage girl that I imagine to live here, she's really into music, but also really into sports. So I chose a lot of decorations that really fit in with her personality. And this is the child's room. It's pretty neutral, so you can have a male or female child live here. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter anyway, but whatever. And it's quite small, but I think it's big enough for a child. It's got toys and lots of clutter just to make it look really lived in. And yeah, not loads and loads of space, but enough. Children don't need loads of space, but if they age up into a teen, they might want a bigger room. Again, you can easily extend it if it doesn't fit the family that you might want to play with, but I think it's still really cutely decorated. Put this shelving unit above the bed, and I kind of imagine this child to be into reading, so I put a lot of posters to do with that around the room. So there's the Henry Puffer poster, and this little like dinosaur reading, I think. But yeah, that's just what I imagined this child to be into, but change it up if you want to. And this is the main bathroom on the top floor. I did just imagine that this would be the bathroom that the children use, because the parents already have their ensuite and there is one downstairs as well. So maybe this is just for the kids. And again, it's pretty much the same as the others, except this one only has a shower. It doesn't have a shower top combo. And here we've moved on to the outside, so you can see that the fencing is slightly different, but I put some gates on either side so you can access it from either side of the house. I put these stones from the debug menu just to create a small little pathway to that side, and the rest of it is kind of like a wraparound. What's it called? Like a wraparound path? Yeah. That goes to the back door entrance of the house as well. And it's not something I usually do because I don't really like to decorate exteriors. I don't put too much attention to the outside of the house, which is really bad. I'm trying to get better at it, which is why I wanted to kind of experiment here to create this more interesting pathway to the back of the house, let's say. And I really like how it turned out. I think it's quite like common. Is it a common thing to have? I don't know. The houses here aren't big enough unless you've got loads and loads of money to have this bigger build. But in The Sims, it's fine, and I think it looks really, really nice. This house actually might turn out to be quite pricey, but it is a huge house, and I don't restrict myself with I'm not on a budget. So I'm sorry if it's too expensive for your game, but you can just like cheat that if you want. But here I'm just working on some of the landscaping. It does come together quite quickly. There's not too many activities outside, but there is a pool, and there's also like a built-in barbecue area with a large dining table, so all the family can sit and have a barbecue and have friends over on a nice day. And having a pool is just nice. It's just a luxury item to have, but I had the space to do it, and it's quite a decent sized pool, I think. And there's some seating outside as well. These are the seats from, what's the pack called? The one with Mount Komorebi in it. I completely forgot the name, but you know which one. Just for some outdoor seating. So here's the barbecue area I was talking about, and I add the dining table with 6 chairs, so plenty of room for the family and for some guests. And the back garden is quite simply decorated. I just add another tree and some gardening plot. What are they called? Oh my gosh, you know what I mean. I never do voiceovers this long, I'm losing the will. But that is pretty much it for this build. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you check out the other parts of the collab, everyone else that was involved. I hope you check out those builds as well. So if you did enjoy this one, please do like, comment and subscribe. Leave any build suggestions in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!